Hey guys, so today I'm just going to be showing you how I turn these fleece pants into this two-piece sleep set. And so first, I just got some pants. Of course, these pants are thrifted. I think I got them probably for about $1, probably less. But what you're going to do is just take some of your favorite shorts. That way you kind of know the length. You can kind of eyeball it if you want to, but I just took some shorts. That just makes it that much easier. And I am just going to cut or draw a line on how short I actually want them to be. And I'm also gonna add a little extra inch or so whenever I do cut it, just to give like seam allowance. And I also like to cuff the bottoms of my pants, and so I'm gonna leave some room for that as well. Alrighty, and so there you have the short part of the set, as simple as pie. So I'm just going to put those to the side, and then we're going to take that excess fabric from the pants, and this is how we are going to make the little bra piece. And I did not film the strings part, but you'll also use this for the strings. But first, like I said, we're going to use the little bra cutlet. This is just one that I had. You can buy them on Amazon, but I just use this, and I am just cutting out a pattern. And so you'll definitely I kind of played with it a little bit to see exactly where I wanted the placement to hit with the Mickey and Minnie. And so you can just kind of play with where you want it, and this will make some pieces.
off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, and try again. Try again, and try again. You don't wanna throw it all away. I'm not shy on the first day. What about the next day? I said you don't wanna throw it all away. You're bugging on the first day. What about the next day? I said bugging on the first day. Bugging on the first day. I said bugging on the first day. Bugging on the first day. What about the next day? Bugging on the first day. Bugging on the first day. I said bugging on the first day. What about the next day? Bugging on the first day.
Now I did do multiples. I did like one small and then I did another one. I did want the top to be a medium, and so I went about an inch or so around the edges to give me more room. You also wanted to allow for seam allowance for when you're sewing. So I just made it a little larger around the edges. Now you really only need to do this twice, just for like the front and back of the bra, but I did it a few extra times. I don't know, maybe later I'll want to use the little bra pieces, but like I said, you don't have to. You can really use just one pants leg to do this, and then you'll just want to use the other pants leg for the string portion. And so for the string, you can make it as long or as short as you want it. I made mine very long, just because, it's going to be like a bikini and I like the excess string. And so that also depends on your size, on how long you want it, how much you need it to wrap around your body. And so there you have it. There are those little two pieces. And so I just kind of put them together to see how I liked it. I wanted Mickey on one side, Minnie on the other. And so super cute, right? And so like I said, I didn't film the strings, but here you'll see the string portion on how long I did them. And so I just kind of pinned it together and then sew as needed. I absolutely love how this came out. All those fleece pants, y'all. Like every single piece. So the next thing, I got this top from Lori Chanel here in Oklahoma City. and I turned it into this, and this is the back of the top. And so I'm just going to show you guys how I made this one. And so first I just folded the arms in, and I kind of measured on how high up I wanted it. So I definitely wanted to make sure you saw that the top of Mickey, so I gave about a couple inches maybe. And then the bottom, this is really just kind of how short I want the top. I don't really want it to be a crop top, so I'm making it a little longer. If you want it to be a crop top, you can definitely make it shorter. It's your preference. But for me, I kind of had an idea in mind. And for the fit of it, you can kind of just take a top that you have. I just used this one. It's kind of stretchy, and so I wanted that fit because the back is going to be stretchy. And so I just used this as a template to kind of trace around on how small I wanted it to be.
Off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, and try again. Try again, and try again. You don't wanna throw it all away. I'm not shy on the first day. What about the next day? I said you don't wanna throw it all away. You're bugging on the first day. What about the next day? I said bugging on the first day. Bugging on the first day. I said bugging on the first day. Bugging on the first day. What about the next day? Bugging on the first day. Bugging on the first day. I said bugging on the first day. What about the next day? Bugging on the first day.
And I always like to use a rotary cutter just because the cut is a lot smoother for me than using scissors. That's another preference of yours. If you want to use scissors, you can. The rotary cutter is just a lot smoother. And so there is the cutout. I'm gonna keep both the front and back of this just because it'll make the top a little thicker. You don't have to, it's just kind of preference, but I like to use it. And you would also want to kind of use it whenever you're making your little loops. So it kind of helps. But like I said, I'm required to still make the loops without doing that. But there's the cute little cutout. And so then for like the little strappy pieces in the back, I just took a tank top that I have and I'm just gonna cut these to make the strings. I like this because it's stretchy and I did want the back to be to have a little stretch to it. If you don't want it to have a stretch to it, you don't have to. With the back, you can use chains. It really doesn't matter what you use to do your lace up. It's completely your preference, but like I said, I just used a t-shirt, and what I'm doing is just cutting up about 1 inch of string or fabric for the little stringy part in the back. And so I just did it 3 times. You would just do as many loops as you're doing for however many you want. And so I know I'm only gonna have about 3 loops or 3 pieces that I need, and so I'm only doing 3. So there's that. Got the little pieces on the side for the loops. And then what I'm going to do is just take that piece that I had and I'm going to cut both of the side seams. I'm going to cut the side seams off just because you really don't want that. It's bulky, it's in the way. You don't need it, so you can just cut that off on both ends. And then after you cut it, you're just gonna kind of stretch it, just pull it. It's just so it doesn't have like that frayed edge and looks a lot more stringy. And then you're just gonna put it through the loop. And so for this part, if you have more side strips, you can do a lace up. It's completely up to you, but I kind of knew how I wanted it. And so I just did it. I just tied it around the loops on each piece. I didn't want to do a lace up for this one. And so just tying it together in a double knot. You'll definitely want to make sure it is secure. You can do this part with it on your body. I prefer to do it this way, just because I knew the shirt was going to stretch anyway. So it just made it a little bit easier. And so we're just going to do that for both pieces. And then you're just going to cut off the excess string piece from the fabric that you tied, just so you don't have extra string hanging. And what you'll want to do is make sure you take that little knot piece and pull it to the inside of one of the strips, just so that's not hanging. I completely forgot about this part when I put it on. So you'll definitely want to do that, because you will see the knot in the back if you do not do this step. But there you have that. And so then for the top piece, this is going to kind of hang around my neck. And so I did want this one to be longer. And so I only cut the side seam off once. You're not going to be able to see the seam allowance in the middle. So I wasn't too worried about it. And so you're just going to take that stretch, of course, and then put it through the loops. And there's just how that looks before you put it on. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you can be updated when I drop my videos. And be sure to follow Archive Vintage Resale on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm also on TikTok. And be sure to shop this look online. It will be available online at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on the website. So definitely make sure you guys check it out. It is only one of one. Thanks so much for watching.